My parents weren't fluent in English, so in school, I had to be independent and take initiative. And that's how I handle every project I get.
Hey, Kevin, you thinking about retirement?
I'd love to, but I'm pretty busy with all this.
Yeah. Hey, let's meet our retirement coach, Avo. A is for taking action.
Not anxiety?
No, Kevin, you're gonna be fine.
You sing?
Barely. V is for variety.
And you dance?
Sort of. Come on. O is for optimize your savings.
Let Avo lead the way.
Visit aceyourretirement.org today.
Nice.
Thanks.
Here you go.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Good evening and welcome to Eagle Eye News at 6.
Eagle Eye has done a great job.
And welcome to Eagle Eye News at 6.
We are just having a great time here in Auburn, Alabama. The party is not over yet.
Eagle Eye TV, Auburn's news leader.
Good evening and welcome to Eagle Eye News at 6. I'm Brady Honeycutt.
And I'm John Prowl. Thank you for joining us.
The Trump administration has imposed sanctions on Russia's two largest oil companies as efforts to end the war in Ukraine have stalled. In a statement, Treasury Secretary Scott Bessent called on Russian President Vladimir Putin to agree to an immediate ceasefire. He added the Treasury Department is prepared to take further action if necessary. The sanctions also hit almost 3 dozen subsidiaries of the two companies. Bessent had previewed the sanctions earlier Wednesday, calling them, quote, one of the largest, unquote. He also noted Trump's disappointment with Putin in the state of talks to end the war. Wednesday, Trump announced he canceled an anticipated meeting with Putin.
A big heist has been in the news. The famous Louvre Museum in Paris reopened Wednesday after thieves stole an estimated $102 million worth of treasures Sunday. It brings to mind a museum heist in the Twin Cities nearly half a century ago. Jennifer Hoff has more on what's still known as the largest art heist in Minnesota through the eyes of an investigative journalist.
Wasn't it?
He's written about crime cases his whole life.
That's my stuff.
But investigative journalist Bruce Rubenstein never helped solve one.
All of a sudden it all came together.
Until he wrote this.
About a year off and on.
A year of work went into the Rockwell Heist, the book published in 2013 about Minnesota's largest art heist and the 20-year quest to get it all back. The crime happening in 1978 at a St. Louis Park art gallery. The burglars stealing 7 Norman Rockwell paintings worth more than $500,000 ahead of a planned exhibit.
It was just nothing but gloom.
The trail, though, would run cold. The FBI even stopping its search, closing the case a decade later. Until the owner's daughter persisted, eventually recovering 5 paintings.
It is.
Following shady connections and leads across 4 continents to Brazil, and a so-called art dealer, Carol Levin, even interviewed then.
Well, I love art from the beginning, you see.
Local authorities compelling him to reveal where some of the art was hidden in 2001. The family spending thousands to get it back.
If there's any lore about thefts, it ranks near the top. It was at the top for a while.
Rubenstein relied on his old contacts, from prosecutors to informants, to figure out the 4 men behind the theft. He says included mobsters and are likely now dead.
I had to find a way to get it corroborated anyway. I mean, I just couldn't put it in the book. I think these are the guys who did it.
No one was ever charged with the crime Rubenstein calls opportunistic.
It's easy to steal and it's easy to sell.
As for the art gallery, it's long gone from Excelsior Boulevard, and so too are the owners. But this scandal still lives on.
In fiction and film,
with every page turn.
The accomplishment was finding out who did it.
As for the last 2 paintings, the FBI eventually seized them from a man trying to sell them in a gallery in Philadelphia. A new report shows the first officer tried to get a captain aboard in a landing that was botched last month. The jet, operated by Commute Air, was landing in a Roanoke-Blacksburg Regional Airport in Virginia during a rainstorm. It came in too high and rolled beyond the edge of a runway. Preliminary report from the National Transportation Safety Board says that the first officer told the captain twice to abort the landing. What's not known is why the captain landed anyway. It's typical in aviation for either the pilot to be able to call for an abort or a landing. None of the 53 people on the board were actually hurt in the accident.
The man charged with stabbing a Ukrainian woman to death on a light rail train in Charlotte, North Carolina, has been formally indicted on federal charges. Those charges could make DeClaros Brown Jr. eligible for the death penalty. The 34-year-old is accused of killing 23-year-old Irina Zarutska in August. Zarutska, who fled the war in Ukraine, was headed home from her job at a pizza restaurant when police say Brown stabbed her in the neck in an unprovoked attack. Brown faces 1 count of violence against railroad carrier and mass transportation system, resulting in death. The federal charge carries a maximum penalty of life imprisonment or death. He also faces a murder charge in North Carolina. After the break, you'll get a weather update from Eagle Eye's Kayla Didinsky. You're watching Eagle Eye News at 6. We'll be right back.
Touchdown! Did you see that? Whoa, we scored? Yeah, we scored. We're going to the playoffs. I can't believe I missed that.
Every time I'm buzzed, I spend too much time on my phone.
I should take your phone away.
No.
I'll call for a ride. Wait, why does my face look like that?
When I was growing up, my mom was extremely tidy. We were trained to put things back where we got them from. One day, when I walked into my mom's house, I felt like I walked to someone else's house. There was stuff everywhere. And just growing up the way I grew up and to see this transition was very alarming.
When Sean talked to me, it was a wake-up call, and that's when I went to the doctor.
Put the keys down, Kevin.
But I'm gonna drive home.
There are several warning signs present that you shouldn't be driving.
I've taken 25 selfies in the last 10 minutes.
26.
Yep, I'm definitely gonna call a ride home.
Welcome back to Eagle Eye News at 6. My name is Kayla Didinsky, here with your weather outlook for this week on the plains. Let's get right into it. It seems like Auburn's summer has finally come to an end. Tomorrow will hold the same weather as today, sunny with a high of 77 and a low of 51. Saturday will be partly cloudy with a high of 75 and a low of 51. On Sunday, we're seeing cloudy skies with a high of 70 and low of 55. Keep your umbrellas close. Sunday afternoon holds potential for showers that will continue into late Monday morning. Moving into next week, we're seeing mostly cloudy skies, with the rain bringing even cooler temperatures. Highs will drop to the high 60s and lows will remain in the 50s, with a cold front Wednesday night. In other news, Tropical Storm Melissa formed on Tuesday. Melissa is the 13th named storm to form so far this season, but only the first to make it into the Caribbean. Melissa is expected to meander over the central Caribbean Sea for several days and become a major hurricane by late this weekend or early next week. Although there is uncertainty in Melissa's track and intensity forecasts, most hurricane models show Melissa curving away from the U.S. Keep yourself informed of tropical cyclone activity by visiting nhc.noaa.gov. And that's all for this week's Weather on the Plains. Stick around. Coming up, Brady and John have your national news update over at the desk. I'm your weather anchor, Kayla Didinsky, and you're watching Eagle Eye News at 6. Don't go anywhere.
Hey, can you chop the pineapple?
Chop the pineapple.
Nope. I'm high. How about I wash off the grapes?
Yes.
Okay.
You're already making good decisions when you're high.
I want tacos. Will you drive? I'm a little toasty.
Nope. I'm high. Let's order in.
Don't make an exception when it comes to driving. If you feel different, you drive different.
See on page 4 that the projections need to be tornado next Thursday.
Seriously? Thursday? Can't do that.
This is really inconvenient.
I have yoga that day. I have no time for this. So.
I can't do Thursday, but I can do Friday.
Disasters don't plan ahead. You can. Talk to your loved ones about how you're going to be ready in an emergency. Don't wait. Communicate.
I want to eat apples and bananas. I need to eat apples and bananas. Why can't I eat apples and bananas?
Support the Feeding America nationwide network of food banks to help provide meals to those in need. Join us at feedingamerica.org.
Welcome back to Eagle Eye News at 6. Millions of Americans may lose access to food stamps in November if the government shutdown continues. Officials say there are not enough federal dollars left over to pay out full SNAP and WIC benefits to the families who receive them. This month's benefits were sent out in September, before the shutdown began. But if Congress doesn't pass a new spending plan by November 1st, or the Trump administration doesn't step in to find additional funds, many families could lose some or even all of their benefits. Jen Sullivan has details on other resources to help out these families.
They don't get paid livable wages. And so their budget is the difference between them being able to pay their rent, being able to pay childcare, car insurance.
The rising food costs are squeezing families. Formula is so expensive, and without having access to WIC benefits, folks are going to have to decide what to do in terms of feeding their baby and feeding their family.
The charitable food system cannot fill this gap, no matter how hard we try.
Jen? An AI detector led to a terrifying moment for a Maryland high school student. After an empty chip bag was stuffed into the pocket set of an alert that set off the cops, Kyrie Stewart has a story from Baltimore County.
It was a scary situation. It's nothing I've been through before. So.
Around 7 p.m. on Monday, Takai Allen says that he was sitting outside of Kenwood High School waiting to be picked up after football practice. While he was waiting with his friends, he says that he ate a bag of Doritos, crumpled up the bag, and put it in his pocket. What happened next caught him completely off guard.
20 minutes later, it was like 8 cop cars that came pulling up to us. And I was like, at first I didn't know where they was going. Until they started walking towards me with guns, talking about, get on the ground. I was like, what? They made me get on my knees and then put my hands behind my back and cuffed me. And then they searched me, and they figured out I didn't have nothing. Then they went over there to where I was standing, filled the bag of chips on the floor.
When he asked why they did it,
they said that AI detector or something detected that I had a gun, but I was just holding, they showed me a picture. I was just holding a Doritos bag like this. It was 2 hands in and 1 hand out and 1 finger out, and it was like They said it looked like a gun.
Last year, Baltimore County High School started using a gun detection system that uses artificial intelligence to help detect potential weapons by tapping into existing school cameras. The system can identify a possible weapon and then send an alert to the school safety team and law enforcement. Alan's grandfather says that he's not only upset about the situation, but also the response.
Nobody will want their child, this to happen to their child. No one. No one wants this to happen to their child.
Officials sent us a letter that the principal sent to parents that says in part, quote, at approximately 7 p.m., school administration received an alert that an individual on school grounds may have been in possession of a weapon. The Department of School Safety and Security quickly reviewed and canceled the initial alert after confirming there was no weapon.
The company behind the alert, called OmniAlert, said they don't comment on internal school procedures. The school system says it is offering counseling to students involved.
This past Thursday, Auburn University's Beat Bama Food Drive held their 38th annual Hunger Banquet. All guests who were in attendance were able to experience meals at low, medium, and high-class standards. This interactive learning experience gives Auburn students a chance to learn about food insecurity in East Alabama, growing awareness for community issues. Beat Bama Food Drive's very own Abby Abig spoke with us about her experience as a member of the organization.
I've actually been involved in Beat Bama Food Drive probably for about a year and a half now. I didn't start until I was a freshman my spring semester. I was walking through the Atlanta airport because I'm not from this area, and I had a Beat Bama Food Drive pin on my backpack, and I was getting all these War Eagles and people talking to me about Beat Bama Food Drive and asking me if I was in it, and since I wasn't in it, I got a big wave of imposter syndrome and thought, okay, now I actually need to join. So once I did, I was amazed by all the people that I was surrounded by. There's truly a wide variety of people who join, everybody from different majors and backgrounds, and we come together with one common goal, and that's fighting food insecurity.
Earlier this week, we also had the pleasure of speaking with Miller Murray of Beat Bama Food Drive to learn more about their efforts to combat food insecurity.
Yes, my name is Miller Murray, and I am the Vice President of Marketing and Communications for Beat Bama Food Drive. I began when I was a freshman. I came to Auburn and I really wanted to be involved with something, and so I joined BBFD just kind of on a whim, kind of by myself. I was just on committee and I kind of dove right in and became more and more in love with it and kind of climbed through the different positions. I was director of fundraising last year and then I joined exec this. One of my most favorite things about BBFD is just kind of the social diversity it brings to my circle at Auburn. I got to join a couple different organizations when I first came to Auburn, but the one that brought me the most unique friends and the people that I feel like I would have never gotten to meet otherwise was BBFD, and that has been such a gift to me because I've made such great friends that I genuinely would have never crossed paths with. The fight against food insecurity is one that really appeals to all because I think it's something that we can all genuinely get behind. We all individually on exec and on committee, we can at least point to different people in our life that have faced food insecurity because it is unfortunately so common. 1 in 5 people in Alabama are food insecure. And so I think when you think about that, it is something that pulls us all together and we're willing to get behind because of how common it is. Well, we have a counterpart at the University of Alabama called Beat Auburn, Beat Hunger. So we are both raising money and non-perishable food items for our respective food banks. So BBFD raises food for the Food Bank of East Alabama, and BABH at Alabama raises food for the Food Bank of West Alabama. Oh, absolutely. I mean, we all know that the Iron Bowl rivalry runs extremely deep, and so people are very interested in beating Bama, especially on years like this when maybe our football team isn't excelling like we would want. It's good to kind of be able to place a winning bet. Yeah, so a couple things that we really want everyone to get to be a part of, even if you're not on BBFD committee. You can donate monetarily. We have a link at aub.ie/BBFD. Pretty easy to remember. You can donate money there, but we also have barrels all across campus and the Auburn community. You've probably seen a couple where you can donate non-perishable food items. And then one thing that I am super excited about is our 5K, which is taking place on November 2nd, and anyone can participate in that, and that's a great way to get involved. Yeah, SGA actually founded it in 1994. So we are going on over 3 decades of existence, and we have grown exponentially since we began. And so the Auburn community truly is blowing us away year after year, and we are just so thankful.
That's awesome. Well, we here at Eagle Eye TV want to thank Abby Abig and Miller Murray and all additional members of the Beat Bama Food Drive team for their efforts to end hunger in East Alabama.
When we come back, you'll get an entertainment update from our own Addie Tate. You're watching Eagle Eye TV, Auburn's news leader. We'll be right back.
We need to go meet the guys. I'm lit. Can you drive?
Pool party at Jesse's. Can you drive? Will you drive? I'm a little toasty.
Nope.
Nope, I'm high. But I can order us a ride.
Friendly reminder, don't drive high. If you feel different, you drive different.
Pool party at Jesse's. Can you drive? I'm toasted.
Nope, I'm high. But I can order us a ride.
Friendly reminder, don't drive high. If you feel different, you drive different.
Or that the projections would be flood next Thursday?
I can't do Thursday, but I can do Friday.
Disasters don't plan ahead. You can. Talk to your loved ones about how you're going to be ready in an emergency.
Welcome back to Eagle Eye News at 6. I'm Addie Tate here with your entertainment update. Let's jump right into it. If you're anything like me and totally hooked on Colleen Hoover's writing, get ready because her stories are heading to the big screen, and you're going to love them even more than the books. Hoover's 2019 novel, Regretting You, is set to hit theaters on October 24th, 2025, starring Allison Williams and Scott Eastwood. Her 2022 hit Reminder of Him is also being adapted, with Micah Monroe in the lead role and Vanessa Caswell directing. That one's expected to premiere in 2026. And fans of her darker side won't have to wait long. Verity, starring Anne Hathaway, Dakota Johnson, and Josh Hartnett, is currently in production and slated for release on October 2nd, 2026. So if you enjoy Colleen Hoover's books just as much as I do, mark your calendars because her stories are about to come alive on the big screen. A California zoo had a very unexpected visitor to one of its bear enclosures recently. Let me explain. The Socoa Park Zoo in Eureka, California is home to many wild animals, including several bears, some of which, according to the park's director, were placed in captivity strategically. After being deemed unsuitable for release into the wild, 3 of those bears got a taste of the wild side when a wild black bear snuck into the park and mingled with the enclosed bears through a fence. Officials say the visiting bear was polite, curious, and not aggressive, and they suspect it made its way in using its tree climbing skills, a normal activity of its resident bears as seen here. Park workers later opened a gate and the wild bear eventually wandered out. Social media users got a kick out of the furry trespasser's adventure and shared some silly suggestions for the unexpected visit. Big news in the music world tonight as pop icon Taylor Swift drops her 12th studio album titled The Life of a Showgirl. The album sold 2.7 million copies in the US on its first day alone, a figure that includes both physical and digital purposes. Industry tracker Luminate says that marks the second largest sales week for any of the album in the modern era, since tracking began in 1991. The only album to surpass that mark is 25 by Adele, which debuted with about 3.7 million copies in its first week in 2015. With those numbers, Taylor Swift is not just topping charts, she's rewriting that a blockbuster album launch looks like in today's music industry. Tom Holland is stepping back temporarily from one of his key film projects. Holland sustained a mild concussion while filming Spider-Man: Brand New Day during a stunt mishap this past week. Production of the film has been paused briefly as a precaution while Holland recovers and the studios evaluate how to proceed. In a separate interview, Holland also revealed plans to take additional time off in 2027, citing the need to avoid burnout and boundaries around his workload. For now, we'll be watching how the pause in production impacts the schedule of Spider-Man's Brand New Day and how Holland uses this period to recharge. That's all the entertainment news I've got for you tonight. When we come back, you'll get a fill on all the things sports with our very own Ali Laredo. I'm Addie Tate, and you're watching Eagle Eye News at 6. We'll be right back.
We need to go meet the guys. I'm lit. Can you drive?
Pool party at Jesse's. Can you drive? Will you drive? I'm a little toasty.
Nope.
Nope, I'm high. But I can order us a ride.
Friendly reminder, don't drive high. If you feel different, you drive different.
Pool party at Jesse's. Can you drive? I'm toasted.
Nope, I'm high. But I can order us a ride.
Friendly reminder, don't drive high. If you feel different, you drive different.
Or that the projections would be flood next Thursday.
I can't do Thursday, but I can do Friday.
Disasters don't plan ahead. You can. Talk to your loved ones about how you're going to be ready in an emergency.
Welcome back to Eagle Eye News at 6. My name is Allie Laredo, and I'm back to give you your update on all things Auburn sports. Let's get right into it. Auburn's women's soccer made history Thursday night, hosting Oklahoma for the first time ever under the lights at the Auburn Soccer Complex. A record-breaking crowd of 1,649 fans, many dressed in pink for Breast Cancer Awareness Month, witnessed a hard-fought 1-1 draw. Oklahoma struck first in the 58th minute, but Auburn responded quickly as Olivia Woodson drew a penalty in the box and senior Aaron Fleury calmly put it in the back of the net. Fleury remains perfect from the spot, now 9 for 9, and leads the team with 11 goals this season. On Sunday, the Tigers traveled to Athens to face Georgia despite an early on goal. Auburn showed resilience, equalizing in the 77th minute with freshman Clara Castellana's first career goal, assisted by Woodson and Tyler Claiborne. Auburn outshot Georgia 14-8 and held the Bulldogs to just 2 shots on target. The 1-1 draw extended Auburn's unbeaten streak against Georgia to 9 matches. The Tigers now sit 5-6 and will host Mizzou on their regular season finale this Sunday at 2 p.m. Auburn volleyball faced a tough road test against Tennessee, falling in 3 tightly contested sets, 25-23, 25-23, and 26-24. Despite the loss, the Tigers showed grit and promise. Freshman Grace Havlick matched her career high with 8 kills, and Lauren Drews continued her stellar season with 10 kills and 10 digs, earning her 6th double-double. Freshman Greer Shambles made a strong debut, recording 7 kills, 5 of which came in the 3rd set. Head coach Brent Crouch praised the team's effort and emphasized improving late-set execution. Just days later, Auburn bounced back at home with a dominant 3-1 win over Arkansas. The Tigers came out swinging, with 4 players reaching double-digit kills for the first time this season. Shambles led the way with a career-high 14 kills and 5 blocks, while Belle Zimmerman added a season-best 15 kills. Drees posted her 7th double-double of the year, her 4th in a row, and setter Khalid Edson had a career night with 30 assists and 12 digs. Alex Dakoska anchored the defense with 21 digs, and Auburn improved to 14-6 overall and 5-4 in SEC play. Auburn Swim and Dive competed in the dual meet tournament in Atlanta. On Friday, the Tigers beat out Minnesota 358-351 in a thrilling morning match, then fell to SEC rival Georgia 400-382 in the afternoon. Eliza Veta Kelenovka led the charge multiple wins, including a lifetime best 29.92 in the 200 free relay. Freshmen Taylor Batcher and Madison Bello also stood out, with Bello earning a top 10 program time in the 200 breast. On Saturday, Auburn closed out the tournament in dominant fashion, claiming 3rd place with a 503-286 win over Florida State. The Tigers won 16 of 22 events, showcasing depth and speed across the board. Kelinovic dipped below 22 seconds in the 50 free for the 3rd time that weekend, while Izzy Iwask posted a lifetime best 48.85 in the 100 free. Batcher added wins in the 200 fly and 200 IM, and Auburn's relay teams were electric from start to finish. In the diving well, Ethan Swart and Ben Wilson swept the 3-meter and 1-meter events, with Emily Halifax adding another win for the women. Auburn football wrapped up the weekend with a heartbreaking 23-17 double overtime loss to number 16 Missouri at Jordan-Hare Stadium. The Tigers opened strong with a 75-yard touchdown drive capped by quarterback Jackson Arnold's seventh rushing score of the season. Freshman Omar Madsen II added his first career touchdown in the third quarter, and running back Jeremiah Cobb rushed for over 100 yards for the third time in his career. Defensively, Xavier Adkins and Robert Woodard Jr. led the team with 11 tackles each, and Jay Crawford's interception late in the regulation helped force overtime. However, missed field goals, costly penalties, and a stalled offense in the second overtime proved too much to overcome. Head coach Hugh Freeze expressed frustration, noting the team's effort and potential despite the tough stretch. Auburn now turns its attention to a road matchup against Arkansas next Saturday at 11:45 a.m. on the SEC Network. That's all I have for you tonight, and when we come back, I'll pass it to Brady and John over at the desk. I'm Allie Laredo, and you're watching Eagle Eye News at 6. We'll be right back.
Touchdown! Did you see that? Whoa, we scored? Yeah, we scored. We're going to the playoffs. I can't believe I missed that. Every time I'm buzzed, I spend too much time on my phone. I should take your phone away. No. I'll call for a ride. Wait, why does my face look like that?
When I was growing up, my mom was extremely tidy. We were trained to put things back where we got them from. One day, when I walked into my mom's house, I felt like I walked to someone else's house. There was stuff everywhere. And just growing up the way I grew up, and to see this transition was very alarming.
When Sean talked to me, it was a wake-up call, and that's when I went to the doctor.
Put the keys down, Kevin. But I'm gonna drive home. There are several warning signs present that you shouldn't be driving.
I've taken 25 selfies in the last 10 minutes.
26.
Yep, I'm definitely gonna call a ride home.
Welcome back to Eagle Eye News at 6. New data suggests Disney Plus and Hulu saw a spike in cancellations after ABC briefly suspended Jimmy Kimmel's show, but the numbers may not tell the whole story. According to a report released Monday by research firm Antenna, Disney Plus cancellations doubled to 8% in September. Hulu cancellations also doubled, hitting 10%. Many subscribers cited anger over Kimmel's suspension following remarks he made about the GOP's reaction to conservative activist Charlie Kirk's death. But both streaming platforms also saw an increase in new signups, which may have offset many of those losses. Analysts warned the data has key limitations. Antenna's figures exclude Disney's wholesale subscriptions, like those bundled with cable, nor does it reveal whether users truly quit or made changes to their streaming plans. Price hikes announced last month may also have fueled the spike in cancellations.
Tesla reported record sales during the third quarter, but earnings still fell short of expectations. The company earned an adjusted income of $1.8 billion in the third quarter and is down to 29% from a year ago. However, it's still Tesla's best quarter so far this year, mainly due to Americans rushing to buy the electric vehicles before the federal tax credit expired earlier this month. But sales of electric cars in the U.S. are expected to plunge in the fourth quarter. Tesla sales worldwide also fell during the first time in 6 months of the year compared to the year earlier due to increased competition and backlash due to CEO Elon Musk's political activity. If you're driving a Dodge Dart, you might want to hear this. Stellantis is recalling more than 298,000 over a shifter cable problem that could prevent the driver from putting the vehicle into park. The recall affects certain vehicle models from 2013 to 2016 model multiple years ago. The National Highway Traffic Safety Administration says the shifter cables could detach from the transmission. As a result, the vehicle would not be able to shift into the park position. Customers also get a notification by mail early next month that explains the safety risk that they'll be contacted again once the remedy is made available.
This week, Samsung launched its new Galaxy XR headset. The $1,800 mixed reality device was developed in partnership with Google It lets users view apps on massive virtual screens. But what makes the headset stand out is the way it works with Gemini, Google's AI assistant. The digital assistant is able to see what the user sees. That means you could look at a restaurant or a landmark, for example, and ask Gemini to tell you all about it. As a cheaper alternative to Apple's $3,500 Vision Pro, Samsung hopes the Galaxy XR will draw in users who weren't interested in virtual reality before. We're out of time, but for more Auburn news, head over to our website, eagleeyeauburn.com, and check out our social media pages. I'm Brady Honeycutt.
And I'm John Proud. Thank you so much for watching, and
War Eagle.
Yeah! Sam, Elmo! Oh, hey, Julia! You ready to play band with us? I'm gonna play my